Good afternoon. It's Wednesday, September 25th, about 25 plus 6. How many more days to Halloween? 25 plus 6. 31 more days to Halloween. Well, Q's not been around, but there's been news. Q's coming back on first week about next week, Monday and Tuesday. A-Chain will be back and Q will make an appearance. But for right now, Q's been working within, well, obviously, President always drops stuff for you to decode his tweets. Well, anyways, the President dropped the transcript. The White House released the transcript. So let's go read the transcript. And I got this transcript on mainpublic.org. Maine, M-A-I-N-E, public.org. So, originally published September 25th, 2019 at 12:48 p.m. Update 11:20 p.m. Eastern Time. President Trump has released a transcript of his July call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The call is at the center of the controversy over whether Trump pressured Ukraine to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden, a potential election rival. See the memo as released, which is flagged not being a verbatim transcript of a conversation. Read the text below. Unclassified. Declassified by the President of the United States. September 24, 2019. Memoriam of the telephone conversation. Subject: telephone conversation with President Zelensky of Ukraine. Participant: President Zelensky of Ukraine. Note takers: the White House Situation Room. Date: July 25, 2019, 9:03. Between 9:03 and 9:33 Eastern Standard Time, and place: residence. The President: congratulations on a great victory. You all watched from the United States, and you did a terrific job. The way you came from behind somebody who wasn't given much of a chance, and you ended up winning easily. It's a fantastic achievement. Congratulations. The President Zelensky says, "You are absolutely right, Mr. President. We did win big. We worked hard for this. We worked a lot, but I would like to confess to you that I had an opportunity to learn from you. We used quite a few of your skills and knowledge, and we were able to use it as an example for our elections, and yes, it is true, these were unique elections. We were in a unique situation that we were able to achieve a unique success. I'm able to tell you the following. The first time you called me to congratulate me when I won my presidential election, and the second time you are now calling me when my party won the parliamentary election. I think I should run more often so you can call me more often. We can talk over the phone more often." The President laughs. "That's a very good idea. I think your country is very happy about that." President Zelensky: "Well, yes, to tell you the truth. We are trying to work hard because we wanted to drain the swamp here in our country. We brought in many new people, not the old politicians, not the typical politicians, because we want to have a new format and a new type of government. You are a great teacher for us, and in that." The President: "Well, it's very nice of you to say that. I will say that we do a lot for Ukraine. We spend a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of time, much more than the European countries are doing, and they should be helping you more than they are. Germany does nothing for you. All they do is talk, and I think it's something that you should really ask them about. When I was speaking to Angela Merkel, she talks Ukraine, but she doesn't do anything. A lot of the European countries are the same way. So I think it's something you want to look at, but the United States has been very, very good to Ukraine. I wouldn't say that it's reciprocal, necessarily, because things are happening that are not good, but the United States has been very, very good to Ukraine." President Zelensky: you are absolutely right. Not only 100%, but actually 100%. And I can tell you the following. I did talk to Angela Merkel. I did meet with her. I also met and talked with Macron, and I told them that they are not doing quite as much as they need to be doing on these issues with the sanctions. They are not enforcing the sanctions. They are not working as much as they should work for Ukraine. It turns out that even though logically the European Union should be our biggest partner, but technically the United States is a much bigger partner than the European Union. And I'm very grateful to you for that, because the United States is doing quite a lot for Ukraine. Much more than the European Union, which is the EU, especially when we are talking about sanctions against the Russian Federation. I would also like to thank you for your great support in the area of defense. We are ready to continue to cooperate for the next step. Specifically, we are almost ready to buy more javelins from the United States for defense purposes. Hold on a second. The President, I would like you to do us a favor, though, because our country has been through a lot and Ukraine knows a lot about it. I would like you to find out what happened with this whole situation with Ukraine. They say CrowdStrike. I guess you have one of your wealthy people, the server. They say Ukraine has it. There are a lot of big things that went on, the whole situation. I think you're surrounding yourself with some of the same people. I would like to have the Attorney General call you or your people, and I would like you to get to the bottom of it. As you saw yesterday, that the whole nonsense ended with a very poor performance by a man named Robert Mueller. An incompetent performance, but they say a lot of it started with Ukraine. Whatever you can do, it is very important that you do it, if that's possible. President Zelensky, yes, it is very important for me and everything that you just mentioned earlier. For me as a president, it is very important that we are open for any future cooperation. We are ready to open a new page on cooperation relations between the United States and Ukraine. For that purpose, I just recalled our ambassador from the United States, and he will be replaced with a very competent and very experienced ambassador who will work hard. Hold on one second. I just recalled our ambassador from the United States, and he will be replaced by a very competent and very experienced ambassador who will work hard on making sure that our two nations are getting closer. I would also like and hope to see them having your trust and your confidence and have personal relations with you, so we can cooperate even more. One sec, guys. So then we cooperate even more. I will personally tell you that one of my assistants spoke with Mr. Giuliani just recently, and we are hoping very much that Mr. Giuliani will be able to travel to Ukraine, and we will meet once he comes to Ukraine. I just wanted to assure you once again that you have nobody but friends around us. I will make sure that I surround myself with the best and most experienced people. Also wanted to tell you that we are friends. We are great friends, and you, Mr. President, have friends in our country, so we can continue our strategic partnership. I also plan to surround myself with great people, and in addition to the investigation, I guarantee, as President of Ukraine, that all investigations will be done openly and candidly. That I can assure you, the President of the United States. Good, because I heard you had a prosecutor who was very good and he was shut down, and that's really unfair. A lot of people are talking about that. The way they shut your very good prosecutor down, and you had some very bad people involved. Mr. Giuliani is a highly respected man. He was a mayor in New York City, a great mayor, and I would like him to call you. I will ask him to call you along with the Attorney General, Rudy. Rudy very much knows what's happening, and he is a very capable guy. If you could speak to him, that would be great. The former ambassador from the United States, the woman, was bad news, and the people she was dealing with in the Ukraine were bad news. So I just wanted to let you know that. The other thing, there's a lot to talk about Biden's son. That Biden stopped the prosecution. A lot of people want to find out about that. So whatever you can do, with the Attorney General would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution. So if you can look into it, it sounds horrible. It sounds horrible to me. 1 second, guys. President Zelensky, I want to tell you about the prosecutor. First of all, I understand I'm knowledgeable about the situation. Since we have won the absolute majority in our parliament, the next prosecutor general will be 100% my person, my candidate, who will be approved by the parliament and will start as a new prosecutor in September. He or she will look into the situation specifically to the company that you mentioned on this issue. The issue of the investigation of the case is... 1 sec. The issue of the investigation of this case is actually the issue of making sure to restore the honesty, so that we will take care of that and we will work on investigation of the case. On top of that, I will kindly ask you if you have any additional information that you can provide to us. It will be very helpful for the investigation to make sure that the administrator justice in our country will regard to an ambassador to the United States from Ukraine. As far as I recall, her name was Ivanovich. It was great that you were the first one who told me that she was a bad ambassador, because I agree with you 100%. Her attitude towards me was far from the best, as she admired the previous president and she was on his side. She would not accept me as a new president well enough. President Trump. Well, she is going to go through some things. I will have Mr. Giuliani give you a call, and I'm also going to have Attorney General Barr call, and we will get to the bottom of it. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I heard the prosecutor was treated very badly. He was a very fair prosecutor, so good luck with everything. Your economy is going to get better and better, I predict. You have a lot of assets. It's a great country. I have many Ukrainian friends. They're incredible people. President Zelensky, I would like to tell you that I have quite a few Ukrainian friends that live in the United States. Actually, last time I traveled to the United States, I stayed in New York, near Central Park. I stayed at the Trump Tower. I will talk to them, and I hope to see them again in the future. I also wanted to thank you for your invitation to visit the United States, specifically Washington, D.C. On the other hand, I also want to assure you that we will be very serious about the case, and we will work on investigation. As to the economy, there is much potential for our two countries, and one of the issues that is very important for Ukraine is energy dependence. Energy independence. I believe we can be very successful, and cooperating in energy independence with the United States. We are already working on cooperation. We are buying American oil, but I am very hopeful for a future meeting. We will have more time and more opportunities to discuss the opportunities and get to know each other better. I would like to thank you very much for your support. President Trump. Good. Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate that, and I will tell Rudy and Attorney General Barr to call. Thank you. Whenever you would like to come to the White House, feel free to call. Give us a date, and we will work that out. I look forward to seeing you. President Zelensky, thank you very much. I would be very happy to come, and would be very happy to meet with you personally and get to know you better. I am looking forward to our meeting, and I would also like to invite you to visit Ukraine and come to the city of Kyiv, which is a beautiful city. We have a beautiful country which would welcome you. On the other hand, I believe that September 1st we will be in Poland. We will meet in Poland, hopefully. After that, it will be a very good idea for you to travel Ukraine. We can either take my plane and go to Ukraine, or we can take your plane, which is probably much better than mine. The President Trump. Okay, we can work that out. I look forward to seeing you in Washington, maybe in Poland, because I think we're going to be there at that time. President Zelensky, thank you very much, Mr. President. The President, congratulations on a fantastic job you've done. The whole world was watching. I'm not sure it was so much of an upset, but congratulations. President Zelensky, thank you, Mr. President. Bye-bye. End of conversation. And then, if you paid attention, there was a lot of key drops in that. The swamp just did what Q legally could not: force evidence from the public record showing how Obama's gang of thugs hit Hillary's CrowdStrike server in Ukraine to cover up her email espionage, and used the country as a satellite for the attempted coup on Trump. Thanks, treason. Five Eyes, remember Q said Five Eyes? Also, in other news, General Flynn canceled his court date. There was a letter from Sidney Powell via electronic mail to Adam Schiff, Chairman Adam Schiff. Dear Mr. Schiff, in accord with our advice and after considerable reflection, Lieutenant General Michael T. Flynn is invoking his Fifth Amendment right and will not appear before your committee on September 25th, 2019, to be paraded, harassed, or discharged for doing so. In the words of the Supreme Court over 60 years ago, the kind of subpoena you have issued is indefensible. C. Watkins v. United States, 354 U.S. 178, 187, 1957. Even if General Flynn did not have a Fifth Amendment privilege, which is a paramount here, much of the testimony you seek would most likely be foreclosed by executive privilege. In any event, as you know, he has completed more than 100 hours of full cooperation with Special Counsel. In your correspondence of August 22, 2019, we cited multiple authorities: 1. Supporting his right to exercise the Fifth Amendment right without appearing, and 2. Exposing your disregard for property, professionalism, and prior practices and ethics in your theatrical demands. Sincerely, Sidney Powell, Jesse Benall, William Hose, Counsel for Lieutenant General Michael T. Flynn. Now, remember this. General Flynn, if you watch Sainted Anon, he discovered some stuff. And if you follow Santa Claus on Twitter at Scottis, Santa Claus in the United States, if you follow Santa Claus on Twitter, and you follow Delta 5 by 5 Dawn, and if you follow Fed Up Warrior Q, and you follow Q Warrior 1917, there's several other anons I would give you out the Twitter titles too, but it's too many names for me to remember. But those are the names I have on top of my head right now to be able to tell you. You can follow those people on Twitter, and they'll give you information about Flynn and how evil and corrupt Flynn is, because General Flynn and Jill Stein and a mayor and his wife went to have dinner with Vladimir Putin in Moscow, Russia on December 15, 2015. There's proof out there on the internet. There's pictures floating around the internet. Just remember this. And General Flynn was doing his earpiece. Now, if you didn't know, on certain somebody's thread, there's an article saying Flynn Intel Group is a Hillary Clinton asset. Remember that. Now let me go play some videos for you about Joe Biden, what he said. Here it is. We're going to a commercial right now.
It's on the top of my head.
Let me see. There it is. Skip forward in the video. There.
They would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here, and I think it was, 6 hours. I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid at the time.
Well, it just so happens that the general prosecutor...
So that was what Biden said. I believe that was 2018. I'm not sure. And here's Biden's interview. Let me see where Biden was questioned. Biden questioned about his son. Hold on.
Tonight, a fiery Joe Biden on offense, attacking President Trump amid reports the president pressured his Ukrainian counterpart to investigate Biden's son.
You should be asking him the question, why is he on the phone with a foreign leader, trying to intimidate a foreign leader?
Biden's comments coming after the Wall Street Journal reported Mr. Trump pressed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky 8 times in a July 25th phone call to work with his personal lawyer.
I just read you the transcript. Do not believe fake news. I just read you the transcript of the phone conversation with President Trump and President Zelensky from July 25th. Well, that's all I have for now. If I get more information, I'll do more podcasts. Well, till then, peace out. Have a good day. Where we going? We go out.